everyone. Welcome to my live. We're gonna be talking about this. Thank you, everyone, just joining over here on Instagram. Let me just share over here to go over there to go. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm the Sugar Reset Girl. It's a pleasure being this morning with all of y'all. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you, everyone. I hope you could listen to me. Hey, quiet. Give me just a second, familia. There we go. Okay, I'm ready now. I hope you could listen to me. Welcome, everyone. Let's see. Let me just get ready for today's lesson. Let's see. Is everyone here? Can you listen to me? Is everything okay? Let me just verify over here. Give me just a second. Let me just check. Okay, there we go. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my live. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, familia. So we are now live right here directly from Dallas, Texas. So welcome, everyone. Welcome. So now we're going to be talking about this different type of things that you need to know, that you need to understand what is happening to your body. Okay, familia? So give me just a second. Let me finish sharing. You could help me do that. Okay, welcome, everyone. Welcome to my live. Let me just get this ready right here. So right now, I have a quick question before I start that I want to ask you. Okay, everyone right here, okay? Please go over there to go and Terry. Let's see. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay, how many of you know you should be doing more for wellness? I would love to know that, okay? What do you think that you need to know? What do you think that you need to start doing for your wellness habits, okay? Because a lot of people don't understand that you need to start taking care of yourself, familia. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know. Like right now, I'm going to ask you, do you know what's your A1C numbers? Do you know them? And it's not your weight. It's not calories. It's not that. Let me know in the comments if you know what is your A1C. Okay, I would love to know that. Please drop it on the comment box. I would love to know. And if you do, please let me know what numbers are those. Okay, here we are. Okay, there we go. So now, remember, everyone, do you know your last A1C? Not your weight, not your calories. I would like to know that. Please let me know in the comments. Type yes if you know it, or type no if you don't know what is your A1C numbers, okay? So I know, because a lot of people, because that's what I was struggling with before. I was struggling because I didn't knew what was my A1C numbers. Now, today we're going to learn about different things. So get ready, your notebook, get your pen ready, because we're going to be learning about your A1C, your fasting glucose, your blood pressure, and your glycemic index, okay? So welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining my live. And what is that relationship with insulin resistance? Yeah, because we're going to talk about insulin resistance. You need to know, you need to learn what is your body struggling with, okay? So now let's see why we're having this conversation, okay? According to the CDC, more than 115 million of adults in the United States have pre-diabetes, and more than 8 out of 10 don't know they have it. That's an alarm that we need to pay attention to, that, familia, because today, right now being almost 9 a.m. right here in Dallas, Texas, there must be around 8 people that they don't realize that they're struggling with different type of metabolic issues, okay? So we're going to talk about that right now. So let's see. Today I'm going to explain about insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, blood sugar, A1C, glycemic index, and even blood pressure in regular English. Okay, you don't need this is no medical school vocabulary. No, it isn't. I'm not a doctor. I'm a metabolic coach, and I'm here to teach you, and I'm here to share with you things that I have been working on. Okay, so you don't need a PhD to understand this. No, familia, you don't need that. Okay, so now let's start with glucose. Okay, this is something ridiculously easy. Food. You eat food. Over here on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, you eat food, okay, on TikTok. You eat food, so some of that food, especially carbohydrates, gets broken into glucose. Yes, every time we eat, we break it down into glucose, okay? Because that's the normal thing. That is not nothing that is, oh no, that is not natural. No, it is. And you need to learn what is going to happen to that glucose when you break it down, okay? So glucose isn't poison. It is not. It's something that your body needs, okay? So your body uses glucose for energy. That's why we need it, okay? Now imagine glucose arrives into your bloodstream and needs to get into your cells. That's the thing that we need to do, okay? But insulin is one of that one hormones that helps it make that happen, okay? Because you need to know that we have different types of growth hormones in our body, that when we're fasting, that I'm going to talk later about that, we're going to make them, we're going to help them to be working on it in the correct way, okay? So now think of insulin as the key of a messenger saying, hey cell, there's energy available. So that's what insulin will do to our body. It will do to our cells, okay? Now, when your cells respond properly, this system works beautifully. That's where our body it's working correctly, and that's why our body is going to be doing a great work, okay? So now, what's insulin resistance? Many of you might be asking yourself, but what is insulin resistance? So this is in an easy vocabulary, okay? Insulin resistance happens. Hey, the blood sugar girl. Thank you for those flowers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Insulin resistance happens when cells in places like your muscle, liver, and fat don't respond to insulin effectively as they should. You need to pay attention to that. You need to learn why is your body not responding to that. That's when we start with insulin resistance. Your pancreas may compensate by producing more insulin to get the same job done. And right here, this is what NADDK describes precisely this compensatory process, okay? And what about you're like, okay, yeah, that's insulin resistance, but what is that? How can I know? Remember, on this live, we are educating, okay? You're learning. I'm not diagnosing nobody. This is something for you to realize, for you could have more tools when you get to that healthcare. Ask questions, okay? That's why I want you to, when we finish this live, for you to have more tools to get to that physician and ask them, why are you giving me this? Why is this and that and that? That's what you need to learn. So insulin resistant, familia, we're going to talk about what could it be that insulin resistance, okay? So there's a lot of different type of health issues that develops from insulin resistance. That was my case. I was struggling with insulin resistance for at least 19 years. At least 19 years, I was struggling with insulin resistance, and I didn't realize that. Let me know in the comments right here on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. If you already know what it's insulin resistance, just drop the letters IR right there on the comments, and I will read those, okay? Because familia, what will happen if we are struggling with insulin resistance? Different type of things, okay? Obviously, cardiovascular issues will start working on it. It will develop those type of things that we need to take. Hey, good morning, Shahiel from India. Hi, thank you for joining my live. Thank you. So yes, familia, if you're struggling with obesity, migraines, those constantly migraines that you have a lot of headaches, dementia. Hey, I was struggling with that. Believe me, I was on my, well, since always, because I have on this protocol. By the way, cheers to everyone. I have mine here warm. I was forgetting a lot of things. Thank you for tapping on the screen, Dallas. Thank you. So yes, familia, I was struggling with that, and you need to know that in a couple of years, it's going to be a new metabolic illness called diabetes type 3. Yes, they're now on those research about to say that now the new pre-diabetes or diabetes type 3 is going to be Alzheimer's, because that's an excess of sugar in our brain. And we don't realize that, familia. We need to stop that. We need to address what is causing us this, okay? So another different, there we go. So another type of thing, and this is what I'm talking about me, okay? Osteoarthritis. My mom's hands, they will deforming because that. and we didn't even realize it. She started this protocol more than a year now, and her hands are once again normal. It's not inflamed. It has been getting better, the circulation, and we said goodbye to all of those type of things. Okay, so now PCOS. I was struggling with PCOS, familia. Yes, I was, and I didn't knew that. When I was 15 years old, they did a surgery on my right breast. They removed cysts from my breast. 15 years old. So now I realized that I was struggling with insulin resistance before that, long time before that. But I was 15 years old. I didn't knew that. I thought that feeling tired every day was normal. I thought being in a bad mood, it was part of being a teenager. I thought of craving sugar, craving carbs, it was something normal. I thought that was normal, and more different type of symptoms that I'm going to tell you more about that in a couple of minutes. But yes, Amelia, you need to pay attention that type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, sarcopenia, erectile dysfunction, man, you know what I'm talking about, arthritis, fatty liver, high blood pressure, even the low blood pressure, it's another insulin resistance symptom. I was struggling with low blood pressure. But remember, I was talking about insulin resistance. What is insulin resistance? It's when your pancreas is starting to produce in excess insulin and your body can't handle with that, okay? So now, here we go again with an analogy that it could be easier for you, okay? Think about turning the volume up on your phone, maybe at volume 3. No, right now you're listening to me at volume 3. So you hear me perfectly. But what about, Señor Pedro, thank you. What is that, Señor? Aquí aprendiendo, enseñando desde temprano. Thank you, Señor Pedro. So yeah, but imagine the signal becomes harder to hear, okay? Now you put it up until 5, 7, or 9, volume 9. Obviously, that is not easy. The body may be putting out more insulin to get some same response. So it won't be the same. You won't listen to me the same way as you were listening when I was at volume 3. Imagine at volume 9. Oh my God, that is so hard listening to Karina. Yes, it is. So now, and this is one of the fascinating parts. Your glucose may still look okay for a while because the body's compensating for a while, familia, but that doesn't mean that it's okay. So now, did you know that you could have insulin resistance before seeing dramatically high blood sugar? Did you knew that? Please type on the comments the word yes or the word no if you knew that, okay? You don't need, because a lot of people, I have a lot of clients that they're like, oh no, but they just told me that I'm diabetic or diabetes type 2. They just told me. I only have 2 months being on that. Familia, no, that means that you have been insulin resistant since long time ago, but you didn't knew that because that's why we don't have that same information. Hey everyone, yes, I know, Miss Swami. Yeah, thank you for sharing that with me. Well, now we're gonna learn more about this, okay? So now let's kill one internet myth, okay? Insulin resistance is not simply, it's not that, okay, I just ate sugar, so therefore now I have insulin resistance. No, familia. Researchers don't understand every cause completely, but major contributors and risk factors can include things like, I'm going to tell you, okay? Excess abdominal or visceral fat, physically inactivity. If you don't move, familia, we need to move. We need to walk around our living room, or maybe going to the street, maybe 10 minutes. But we need to move. We need to have better habits, okay, familia? So I'm going to tell you some of them. Trouble losing LBS. Those could be another type of things. Genetics and family history. But about what? Habits. Habits. Because we have been learning to wake up first thing in the morning and eat what? Those delicious carbs called cereals. Yes, we're breaking our fast eating carbs. So obviously we're not going to be having good weight breaking our fast. That will increase our glucose spikes. And what is that going to happen? Well, it's going to give us that our body, our pancreas will start producing in excess of insulin. Welcome everyone from Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you for joining my live. So if you're struggling with sleep problems, such as sleep apnea, that becomes from insulin resistance, familia, because we get all inflamed. We get inflamed, so the time that we are sleeping, obviously we're going to start having that sleep apnea, okay? PCOS or PMOS right now, actually they're calling it PMOS. Familia, like I told you, I was struggling with that. Now, there's another factors that it could be female estrogen or testosterone dominance, men, low testosterone. There's a lot of people like, okay, I'm just gonna drink that TikTok. I'm just gonna drink that TikTok. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you for sharing my live. Thank you. If we're craving sugar, if we're craving carbs, familia, you need to know that there's something there in your body telling you, okay? Craving sweets after meals, after you ate, you're craving. Familia, you need to realize that that's like when there's your friend having a bad relationship. You're like, hey, girl, look at those red flags. Look at that. Can you imagine? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm sorry. I'm just checking all the notifications. But yes, familia, you need to know that feeling more tired after meals, that is something that you need to pay attention to. That is not, yes, Shahil, low testosterone, low libido. That is something that your body's telling you that it's not okay. Okay. So now let's see what are the, like I said, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, high triglycerides, low HDL, PCOS, feeling tired, PCOS, feeling tired every day, every time, cravings, brain fog, hair loss, familia. Those are a lot of different things that we think that it's normal. It's normal because it's common, because a lot of people are struggling with it. But no, familia, you need to learn that that is not normal and you need to do something. Because right now it's like, okay, I'm just feeling tired. Well, I will just grab a coffee and I will drink it. Familia, I was a drinker coffee. I was a coffee drinker a long time ago. Now I just start my day with my Unimate. I'm drinking it warm, so that's why I have it on my thermos, okay? So now, familia, remember, we are not here to diagnose nobody. We're here to learn. We're here to learn tools where you could get to the physician and tell him, hey, why am I feeling like this? Why am I doing this? Why am I struggling with this? Why I can't say goodbye to different LBS if I'm doing exercise, if I'm eating better, if I'm eating healthy? Why? You need to know the why. Not only like, okay, here's some TikTok, just eat this, just handle it like that. And if you're struggling more, just add more TikTok. No, familia, you don't need that. You need to know that that is not good. Now, let me see. We're going to learn about some numbers. That's why I have my whiteboard here. So I need you to pay attention to these numbers. Go get a notebook, go get a pen, whatever you could do, whatever you could imagine, because we're going to write it down. Or you could take a screenshot, okay? So now I'm just going to move it right there. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Ready, Eddie. We're going to talk about A1C. Let me see in the comments if you remember that at the beginning, I was asking you if you know your A1C. I asked you if you know those numbers about A1C. Okay, so we're going to talk, I hope. Okay, over here, I'm going to do the mirrored. There we go. Okay, but let me just move it a little bit over here. Give me just a second. Let me see. Let me verify it over here if everything is looking good. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, familia, we're going to be talking about this. Give me just a second. Okay, so now, A1C. Okay, we're going to talk about A1C. Okay, so do you know your A1C? Do you know what is this? No? Okay. We're gonna have a bigger picture of glucose exposure over the previous, remember, A1C gives you a picture of glucose exposure over the previous couple of months, okay? So now, we're gonna go to, if you have your A1C around 5.7, 5.7% or below, okay, 5.7, this is a point, not 57, 5.7 or below, that means that you're in a normal range, okay? That is a normal range, okay? Now, let's see what happened if your A1C it's in 5.7, 5.7, between 5.7, between to 6.4, 6.4%, okay? If your A1C is in the range of 5.7% to 6.4%, right there, you're called that you're in the diabetes range. Okay? Right here. Sorry, excuse me. This is a pre-diabetes. Give me just a second. This is pre-diabetes, okay? Remember, if your A1C is within 5.7 to 6.4, that means that you're in pre-diabetes range, okay? Now, if your A1C is 6.5% or higher, what do you think you are? Now you are in the diabetes state range, okay? So you need to pay attention to this. You need to pay attention to this. You need to pay attention to your numbers, okay? Remember that at the beginning of my live, I asked you, do you know what is your numbers of your A1C? Not your weight, not your calories, not that. What is your range within your numbers, okay? This is A1C. This is something that we need to learn, okay? So everyone, you could just take a screenshot, okay? If you want to, you could just take a screenshot, okay? That's the A1C. Now we're gonna go to fasting glucose. Let's see, Miss Swami, 7.4, beautiful. Well, oh, sorry, Terry, move away, please. Oh, Terry, move. Go outside, Terry, move. Thank you, thank you. So now, remember, 7.4, we need to do something with those numbers. We need Narish, 8.25. We need to do something. You could just go to my profile, Instagram, go to my profile and you will find there link, a link where you could just tap on it, okay? We have tools. We could do something, okay? By a natural way. You need to learn that, familia, okay? So now, if you already took a screenshot, now let's see what is the fasting glucose, okay? Because we need to know everything about our numbers, not just go to the first thing. Sorry, it was like too hard right here. But yes, familia. Now, fasting glucose, okay? Let's see. Give me just a second. No, Terry. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to get hurt. Give me just a second, familia. Give me just a second, okay? Give me just a second. I'm just going to put my whiteboard again because this is something that we need to learn, okay? No, Terry. Hey, stop. Don't do that. Give it to me. Give it to me. No. It's like babies. It's like having babies right here. Okay. Go over there. Go. Sorry about that. As you know, we're on live, familia. Yes, we are. So give me just a second. I'm going to do this more gentle. Yes. Okay. Just help me tapping on the screen. Just help me tapping on the screen. There we go. Okay. Now we're back. Now, let's see about fasting glucose, familia, okay? Let's learn about fasting glucose because we need to understand our numbers, okay? Fasting glucose. There we go, okay? Do you know what is your glucose when you're fasting? Let me know, okay? So now, let's see. There we go. Now, listen to this carefully, okay? For fasting glucose, 99 or below, 99 or below, that means that you are in a normal range. Okay, fasting glucose, 99 or below, that is normal. Okay, Naresh, okay, we need to do something right there, Naresh. 150, that is too high. Okay? Yes, we need to do something because, like I said now, the second phase, it's 100 to 125. That means that you are on pre-diabetes range. Remember, we are learning. I am not diagnosing nobody, okay? So 100 to 125 pre-diabetes. Now, Naresh, 126. 2, higher. Naresh, you're telling me 150. Over here, Sake, thanks, nothing to thanks. I'm here to help you. MSS Swami, 132. Hey, everyone, we need to do something. Remember, we're learning about our numbers. We are learning. We are not diagnosing nobody right here through the comments, okay? Sake, 175. Okay, right there, what happened right here? If we're struggling with 126 or higher, that means that we are on a diabetes range. So you need to do something. Right here, you need to do something. You could just take a screenshot right there. Hey, don't just keep this on your cell phone. You need to go, obviously, you need to do something. Don't increase the amount of Tic Tacs that now you're taking. That is not the solution. That is only something for keeping down those symptoms. But stop doing that. Don't increase that portion. Okay, you need to do something to go directly to address what is causing you these numbers. Okay, you need, if you know that right here we already have something, obviously the addressing is insulin resistant, so you need to know that we're struggling with that. I'm telling you because I was struggling with that. Okay, remember, we are learning ranges. Okay, we are not diagnosing ourselves in the comments. We are not. Okay, let me know. I know that a lot of you are learning. I know that a lot of you have been dropping off your numbers. Thank you for sharing that with me. I really appreciate it. Now let's see about glycemic index, okay? Because that's another important number that we need to learn about. Glycemic. This is something. Yeah, I'm gonna do it better for sure. Believe me. I'm gonna do it much better, my board. So, hey, quiet, Terry. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna be glycemic index. Okay. Have you heard about that glycemic index? HbA1c shake. Okay, I think that means A1C. So glycemic index. Okay. Glycemic index. You will see all of these names on your labs. Okay. All of this. So if you have your labs right there, you could just bring them and you could just compare to this. Okay. So now people, a lot of people mix this up. Okay. Constantly. Your A1C is not your glycemic index. Okay. Glycemic index is a way of ranking carbohydrates, counting foods by how quickly they raise blood glucose compared with glucose itself. Glycemic index, it will let us know how quickly your body raises the blood glucose in your body. The scale runs from 0 to 100. Okay, it will start from that. So generally, if we are on the 55 or below, we know that that is a what? That is low GI. That means low GI. Okay, 55 or below, that means low GI, low glycemic index. Okay, now if we are on our glycemic index, it's 56 to 69. Right there, that means that we are moderated. Okay, there we go, moderate. Now, if we are 70 or above, that means higher. What do you think we're struggling with? High glycemic index. Okay? So now you know it, familia. It is different glycemic index to your A1C. It is not the same thing, okay? So glycemic index, if you are on the 55 or below, that means that you're low in the GI, in the glycemic index. If you're 56 to 69, that means that it's a moderate glycemic index, okay? But if you're 70 or higher above it, that means that it's a high GI, high glycemic index, okay? So now let's do an example. Imagine white bread versus lentils, okay? Both of them contain carbohydrates. Both of them has a highly amount of carbohydrates, but they aren't necessarily digest and absorb at the same speed. It is not. And here's the most important part that people forget. Glycemic index isn't the whole story, okay? It matters portion, fibers, protein matters. Remember, portion, fiber, and protein matters. What you eat with a carbohydrate matters. You need to know. That's why you always need to eat what? FFPC, a fiber, good fats, protein, and at last carbohydrates. That's what you need to learn, familia. It is really important to you to know this. Okay, so now Harvard also notes that glycemic load and total carbohydrates amount an important real world context beyond glycemic index alone. Okay, so please don't be afraid of a banana just because it will show you somebody show you a number. No, familia, you need to learn how to eat. That's the thing. So now let's go for the last one, are the numbers. Okay, blood pressure. Blood pressure. I know that a lot of you are struggling with blood pressure. I know that. So let's learn about these numbers, because I know that most of you might asking yourself about blood pressure. Right now they have been changing. Every time they're changing the blood pressure index. So right now we're gonna do it like in general because they're changing it a lot. Okay. Before, I'm just gonna write it right here. Blood pressure. Blood pressure. Obviously, it's more common for you to see in my videos as BP. Okay? Blood pressure. So normally, right now, they're still working on those numbers, but they're changing. They're changing a lot. So blood sugar isn't only a number. I want you to pay attention to this. Metabolic health, it's a bigger picture, and you need to learn that. Blood pressure matters too. Here's the easy version, okay? So if your blood pressure is 120 over 80, that means that you're normal, okay? That means that it's a normal blood pressure, okay? 120 over 80. Now, what about if it's 120 to 129 over 80? 120 to 129, right here, that means that it's elevated. Right here, it's telling us that it's elevated. Okay, 120 to 129 over 80, it's elevated. But what about 130 to 139 over 80 to 89? Okay, look at these numbers, familia. Right here, we're on stage 1 of high blood pressure. If your numbers are 130 to 139, the top number, over 80 to 89, the bottom number, that means that you're in stage 1 of high blood pressure, okay? Obviously, what about 140 and higher over 90 or higher? You know the answer. You know the answer about that. That means that you're in stage 2 of high blood pressure. Okay? So, familia, we're learning. Remember, we are learning. So, once again, if you're struggling blood pressure, 120, the top number, it's 120 over 80, it's considered normal. Okay? Now, elevated, it's 120 to 129 over 80, elevated. Okay? Now, for a stage 1 of high blood pressure, it's 130 to 139 over 80. Well, the bottom number, 80 to 89. That's called stage 1 of high blood pressure. Okay. Now, the last one, it is called at 140 or higher over 90 or higher. That means that it's in a stage 2 of high blood pressure. Familia, it's numbers. We are just learning, okay? So remember, this is why someone can have normal looking glucose and still have other metabolic markers that deserve attention. We saw different type of things. Let's just do a small recap, okay? Oh, you took a picture of this? You took a screenshot? I know I'm gonna get better. I'm in a complicated position. My board, it's like, okay, don't push me too much because I will fall down. But we learned different types of things today. Okay, well, I hope you could take something today. Remember, we learned about A1C. We learned about A1C. We learned about fasting glucose. We learned about glycemic index. We learned about high blood pressure. We learned about insulin resistance, familia. Don't forget about that. We learn about insulin resistance, the connection about feeling tired, the connection about craving sugar, craving carbs, the connection of struggling with PCOS. I'm going to write it down with another marker. Remember, I'm just going to put this in the middle. Insulin resistance, because we need to know and we need to learn that insulin resistance, oh man, a lot of things comes out from insulin resistance, okay? IR, it's insulin resistance. What about PCOS? What about fatigue? What about cravings? What about fatty liver? What about high blood pressure? Okay? Insulin resistance. What about, I already put cravings. What about migraines? And there's more. Migraines. Okay? From insulin resistance, familia, you need to know, you need to address the root cause of what is happening to us. And we have more obviously type things. We have the cholesterol. We have triglycerides. We have more things, familia. Low libido. And I don't have room enough. Insulin resistance, it's the root cause, familia, and we need to address it. We need to address and we need to do something. Because remember, if we reduce insulin sensitivity because we're struggling with insulin resistance, what you think? Your body will compensate. Your body will compensate. Glucose regulation may begin hotter. It will become hotter about that glucose regulations. Obviously, what is going to take us if we have that low regulation of glucose? We could start struggling with what? Pre-diabetes. Pre-diabetes. And if we don't control that, what do you think that it could happen? Some people could develop type 2 diabetes. So let me know, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Okay? Because this is not a life sentence. It is not. And this is exactly why awareness matters before somebody reaches a point of obvious symptoms. Okay? So now, this is where my own wellness journey has changed. This is what I was struggling with, all of this, and this is where I took action with the natural protocol, okay? Once I understood metabolic health wasn't about one food or one perfect diet, I stopped looking for perfection. Familia, I stopped that. I didn't want to keep trying to be perfect. I wasn't getting to nowhere. I started paying attention to what? Fiber. How much amount of fiber am I having on my body? And if I'm not having enough fiber, that's why I took balance. You're going to find this on my profile. Go and check on my profile. You're going to find the link right there, okay? Movement. I started to move. I started to having a meal structure. Hydration, sleep. Obviously, I'm getting my Unimate. everything, my protocol, my system, it's right there on my profile. Go and check it out. Remember, right now I'm intermittent fasting. That's what I do. My personal experience, I do intermittent fasting. My body right now is using different types of sources, fuel sources, because I'm given the correct tools to keep me up with no sugar cravings, no carb cravings, not feeling tired just when I wake up. Remember, creating a routine that I could actually maintain. This is why I have my Feel Great system, my Feel Great protocol. Fiber, seven different types of soluble and insoluble fiber that I have here. Vitamins and minerals, familia. This is what I'm using. And obviously that support of Unimote. This is what I'm taking, 2 Unimotes a day. This is what I do every day. I'm not talking about something that I'm not doing. This is what I'm doing. This is the solution that I'm bringing you because it has been for me an excellent tool for me. So now, this is what I've been starting my wellness routine. Part of my routine. I'm not telling you that this is magic. It is not. This is something that it could be a great tool for your daily day and for you to be consistent. So if you want to know more what the routines look like, go to my profile right here on TikTok as the Sugar Reset Girl. You could just go and check on it. Thank you for following me. Thank you. You could just go and check on it. You could just go and look at it and see if this is for you. Okay, that's where you will find my wellness, my simple wellness system I personally use, and more information about how to incorporate it into your day. Okay, remember, if you don't follow me wherever you are, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Follow me, familia. Okay, we're going to be breaking down blood sugar, cravings, fiber, and metabolic health without making wellness feel impossible. Familia, let's stop complicated things. Life, it's already complicated. We don't need to complicate it more. Pay attention to what our body is needing, okay? Don't forget, if you learned something today, please comment the word reset. I would love to read it on the comments. If there was something that you learned today that you're like, okay, now I understand. Now I understand why she's talking about this. Now I understand why I feel tired. Now I understand why I crave sugar. Now I understand about my migraines. Now I understand my fatty liver, cholesterol, all of that, familia. That's why I'm doing these lives. I want it for you to be educational, for you to learn something, not just being there like just consuming any other thing. This is important. Remember, we learn about A1C, we learn about fasting glucose, we learn about glycemic index, we learn about high blood pressure, we learn about insulin resistance. Okay, what about if our body starts to thank you for following me, Maria. Thank you. Remember, I'm the Sugar Reset Girl. I'm based in Dallas, Texas. Yay, familia. I'm right here. So it was a pleasure for me being this morning with all of y'all. I'll come back later with another educational live. Thank you for following me. I really appreciate it. Remember, go to my profile. If you're ready to start this, just go to my profile and get it ready. Add it to your go and look at it. Yeah, because right now, and maybe in 5 more minutes, I'm going to start my shoppable live, but in my other, it's going to be on the Sugar Reset Girl 2.0. Okay, if you're ready to start this, just go right here on TikTok to the Sugar Reset Girl 2.0, and you're going to have the product right there pinned, or you could just buy it through TikTok Shop USA. So thank you so much. If you're not in the US, excuse me, you could just go to my profile and check it out. Okay, thank you so much, familia. God bless you all, and I'll see you later, alligator. Bye. Thank you. Yay. So thank you so much, YouTube. Thank you so much, Instagram, Facebook. It was a pleasure being this morning with all of y'all. Thank you for joining me. I hope that it was something that it could be memorable for you could understand. So I'll see you later on my next educational live, okay? God bless you all. Thank you, familia. Goodbye. Bye.